Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the double weave and link stitch. In the previous tutorial I taught you how to do the single weave and link stitch. The reason why this is called the double weave is because you'll be going in through one and out through the other. You'll be weaving in and out through two areas. And it's more of a pain to do, but it's worth it. And if you see here, these are kind of sticking up, and you have the next one kind of hiding in between, and these two are sticking up. So you have one row that's always going to be up and one row that's going to be behind, and it gives it a really nice look of like chains connected and a lot more texture and everything. And I'm showing you this with the double crochet here just because it's so much easier to see the stitch. I also did it with the single crochet. This is the top. And you can see that it's harder to see, but you can see the weaving and how the weaving has effect in the single crochet very much because everything is more closer together. So you can definitely see like there's a color that's leaking or peeking, I should say, behind this one. And these two are dominant and there's a color peeking through. So it's awesome looking in the single crochet just because it's more condensed. But then again, if you really want the look of the link and a more lacier look, then this is a way to go. The pattern is done the exact same way whether you're using double or single crochet. The only difference is the beginning multiple. If you want to do the multiple of the double crochet, it's going to be 10 plus 7. And for the single crochet, it's going to be 10 plus 6, which means you'll chain in multiples of 10 until you've got the length that you want, and then you'll just add 7 chains before starting. Or with the single crochet, you'll add 6 chains before starting. And that's it. Now I guessed at a length, if you wanted to do this for a scarf, I guessed that it would be about 250 chains plus 7, so about 257 chains for the double crochet. And this is a pretty thick scarf, or about a good, I'd say a good size thickness for a scarf, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the double crochet. I didn't complete it with the single crochet here, but if you remember in the last tutorial I did this scarf here, which was 10 rows. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same with this, but doing it with 10 rows. So because this is kind of difficult to show the weaving in and out, I'm going to be showing you this with the double crochet. This stitch can be done using any size hook, but with this I used a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. Also I used worst weight yarn, which is 4-ply for the US or 10-ply for Australia. Also, I recommend that you get a stitch marker to mark if you're going to make a scarf. Put a marker in about every 100 chains. So it'll prevent you from having to go back and count all 200 chains if you lose count further on in your chain. So get that and we'll get started. Okay, you want to chain in your multiples of 10. And then when you get it as long as you want, you add your plus 7. I went ahead and I chained 47. I want to go ahead and tell you to make sure that you go down a little bit on your yarn before you make your slip knot and leave yourself a little bit of tail. So I have my 47 chains, and to begin you want to count 3 chains away from the hook. 1, 2, 3. And then this third chain you want to work a double crochet. And you want to work a double crochet in the next 4 stitches as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now make sure you have your 5 double crochets and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you want to skip 5 chains. So come back here and find this last stitch that you worked in, then count from that next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th chain, you want to do a double crochet. So you should have 5 chains here and 5 chains unworked below. So we did 1 double crochet and we want to work 4 more. We want a total of 5 double crochets in a row. 4 and 5. Then you want to repeat what you did here. You want to chain 5 and skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th, you want to start working your next set of 5 double crochets. So continue to do this down your row, and I'll see you when you get to the end. And you should end your last 5 chains of the row with 5 double crochets. Then you want to chain 1, and leaving yourself a bit of a tail, cut your yarn. Then you want to repeat whatever multiple of chain you had for this one. You want to repeat it with your next color. So I began with 47 chains for this first piece. So with my second color, I made 47 chains. So you're going to begin with every new color the same way from now on. You're going to count down 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this third stitch, again, you're going to want to put a double crochet, starting just like we did with our first one. Then in the next 4 stitches, you're going to put a double crochet there too, for a total of 5 double crochets in a row. Then you'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once you have your chain of 5, and it's important, always do your chain of 5 before you start to weave. Then you want to get the tail, the end, okay, and you want to come in from behind, just like you did with the single weave. And then you want to go in through the front of the next, just like that. And I'm going to make sure that it's not twisted, because it can do that easily on you here. Okay. So once you have that weaved in, you're going to pick up this first one and do a pull through to your last chain worked, and then the next chain you're going to start counting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next chain, just like you did on the row below you, you're going to work a double crochet. And then you're going to work a double crochet in the next 4 stitches too, for a total of 5 double crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, chain 5. 3, 4, 5. Now you're going to get your next piece here, pull it to the last stitch worked. I'm just picking up this first section so I can see this is the last stitch I worked. So then I'm going to go to the next chain and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to start my next set of 5 double crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then again, chain 5. And then again, you're going to work the same way you did here. First, you're going to come in from behind, and then you're going to go in from the front. Then you're going to find the last stitch worked, and then count over 1 to the first unworked chain here, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the next, in the 6th one here, you want to work your double crochet. 1, whoops, losing my loop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sometime when you're on the end here, it'll slip out. Just make sure you put it in the way it's supposed to. And you should have 5 chains that are unworked here, and then 5 chains to the end. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have exactly the amount that I need. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th, I'm going to start my double crochets to end my row. 3, 4, and 5, and then chain 1, leaving a little tail, cut your yarn. And this is your first, back up a bit, this is your first row worked. Now again, you'll just keep repeating that. You'll chain your same multiple. So I'm going to chain my next multiple of 45, and I'll be right back. I'm sorry, was it? Yeah, 47. Okay, I got my next set of 47 chains, and I went ahead and worked my first 5 double crochets and my first set of 5 chains, and I'm ready to start my weaving. Now for the third row of weaving, you want this chain to be like on the outside. You don't want to come from underneath. So for row 3, you're going to come in from the top. So you're going to get the end of the chain and go in from the top and pull through, and then come up through the next. And then as you can see, it's going to be pulling this one up, and this one will be behind it because you went in from the front and you came out the back, which is exactly the same thing that this one is going in. Keep this in mind, it'll help remind you. Also, I have pictures of the stuff step by step on my site for this pattern too, which will help you remember which way to go. Okay, once you got it from behind, now you'll want to fold this thing back just so you can expose the chain, and you can pull to find the last stitch worked. Then count 1. I really feel like I'm too far away to show you that. This is the last stitch worked. You can see the double crochet hanging out of it. So this is your first unworked chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th chain here, stick your hook in it, and this is the one you'll be working your first double crochet. So just keep working down and do your other 4 double crochets. So you got, let me back up just a bit, it's probably hard to see when I'm that close. Okay, then do your chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can worry about the weaving again. Lay all your pieces flat. Then now you can pull this one a little bit in like this to count the next set of 5 chains. This is the last one worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in the next one, I'm going to put my hook in there and start my next set of 5 double crochets in a row. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can set your project down again. Now again, you're going to be coming in from the front. So go in from the top and then up through the next. And then pull your chain through. Then again, you're going to have to fold this to expose the chain and pull your chain up to the last stitch worked, which is proving to be a bit difficult for me. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my next chain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then count 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do your 5 chains. Then again, you can go to the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find your 6th chain to start working. You should have, at the end of your row, you should have 5 chains left that you can start working your last 5 double crochets. Okay, I just finished my row. I got my next set of 47 chains. I already did my first 5 double crochets and my first 5 chain. Now you want to go in through the front. No, from the back. You want to go in through the back and then into the front of the next. And see how the purple's on top now, just like this stitch was on top? That's going to help guide you to know that this now needs to be on the front, just like this was. Now the the orange color, which is going to be the other row, they'll both be the same repeats per row. So with this one, you'll be coming in through the back to the front. Then the next row with the orange here, I'll be coming in through the front and going out the back. And my chain will be behind. And this is where you'll have your orange. Your orange will be behind. So just keep that in mind. That's what you'll be repeating over and over and over again. So this is in front. So I want to come out through the back and in through the front. And then again, I'll find my next, I'll count 5 over, do my 5 double crochets, chain 5, then count over again, 5, chain 5. It's going to be the same thing you already did. And that's it. If you get confused and you're not sure which way you're supposed to do your weaving, I have pictures of the pattern. I have pictures with the pattern on the site that you can check out. The link will be in the description box below. And if you missed last week's tutorial on the single weave and link stitch, you can find that also in the link below. And my pattern will have pictures for both of them to help you and guide you on your way. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to click like and share it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet or this is the first time watching my video, please take a moment to do that. You can find me on all my social links also in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching.